Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today I am testing out a few more new Dollar Tree makeup products. I still have a few products that I've hauled that I've not tried. I've got some new eyeshadow, some new blush, a new lip product. And so yes, we're gonna be testing them out. I'm gonna be doing kind of like a pink eye makeup look today. So that is what we're doing. So if you are returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming on back for another video. You know I appreciate you very, very, very much. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I love to do a lot of dollar store and Dollar Tree oriented makeup and shopping content. So if that's your thing, you're definitely in the right place. Have been at this for a while, almost 5 years. I've got a ton of videos like this. So I will have my Dollar Tree makeup playlist down below in the description box, as well as like all my get ready with me videos, all my Dollar Tree get ready with me videos, all that kind of stuff. So anything related, it will be down there. Definitely go binge watch some of my content after you're done watching this video if you've been looking for a channel like mine for a while. So yeah, like I said, I've got a few products. I'm gonna kind of skip through the products that are not new. I will have everything down below in the description box. And so this should be a pretty short and sweet testing new Dollar Tree makeup video. So anyways, without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. Okay, so I did my eyebrows, cleaned them up, and then I also applied eye primer and face primer. So now we're gonna move on to the new eyeshadow, and I have two things that I'm gonna be using today. First, I've got the last of my Beauty Intuition palettes. I've already done the pastel, the peach, and the moody neutrals. And the last one I have left is the soft pinks. These are so hard to open, you guys. I have the hardest time opening these palettes. That was actually easy right there. But yeah, so I'm gonna be going into this pink palette today, and I'll have all three of those videos linked down below from using the other ones if you're interested. As well as I have not used this particular color story yet. This is from the LA Colors Tropical Bloom collection, and this is in Cruise Control. So I might go into like that dark brown right there, and I might even go into like the light shade and this pink shade. I've already used, I think, 2 of the palettes. This is actually a third one that I found. When I initially found this collection, I hauled 2 quads, and then I found this one a little bit more recently, so I haven't had a chance to use it yet. So we're going to be getting an eye look with these 2 palettes. So I think I'm going to go into this lightest shade right here, and I'm just going to take a big, kind of a big brush, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid up to the crease, just to lay down a good base for the other eyeshadows. That's actually going on pretty good. I can actually see the, you know, it's a very light, you know, shade, but I can actually see it. So that is good. So now I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to pop that on up to my crease. I may end up using a more compact brush. So my new Dollar Tree has not opened yet. I do not know. It's been very quiet where I live about the new Dollar Tree. I haven't seen anything online. There's no opening, grand opening that I know of yet. Oh, that's doing great. That's really doing very good. So I would love to be there for like the grand opening, but I kind of go by there every couple days to see if there's like a sign up or anything as far as when it's going to be opening, but I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm super excited. It's actually technically going to be like the closest Dollar Tree to me. It's going to be hard between that and one of my other ones, which one's the closest, but I think that will be the most convenient. Less traffic and all that kind of stuff. That really went on very, very nice. I'm going to use a more compact brush now, and I'm going to go into that shade right there and kind of deepen it up just a bit. That's doing quite a bit. Then I'm going to go into that darkest shade in the quad and really smoke this out a little bit. You know how I do. I haven't done like a pink look in a while, I feel. These are actually good in the fact that they don't really, there's not a lot of like kickback or fallout. I'm going to take this brush here and just kind of blend it. Okay, so now I'm going to take like a more compact brush, and I'm going to go into the quad and go into this darkest like brown shade here. You know me, I'm going to make this some kind of a smoky eye. See, these have a lot more kickback, the LA Colors quads. Then again, this is a darker shade too, so it might just be a little bit more noticeable. Okay, I was kind of wondering why this shade here wasn't quite as pigmented as like the other mattes that are in LA Colors quads. But honestly, I just kind of swatched it on my hand. It's actually not, it looks like a matte in the pan, but it's actually not a matte. It's got kind of like a duochrome quality. Like, it looks brown in the pan, but it's actually got like a purple sheen on it. So if you've, because I actually heard some people talk about some of the newer, not many, but I've heard a couple people say some of the newer Quad Zelly colors has come out with, like in the Mad For You collection, either Mad For You or the Bubble Tea, or these said they weren't quite the same, and that might be why, that this is actually not a matte, so it's not quite as buttery. And it's, you know, it's kind of an odd shade too, so it's not going to be super like metallic-y like a, you know, like a shimmer, you know how these shimmers are normally. But I think either way, it'll get the look we need. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same brush, just my more compact brush, and go into this shade right here. My nails are back into disrepair, you guys. I am wanting to still get like a really short set of acrylics. I'm overdue for a pedicure, but I kind of trimmed my toenails a little too short. I would let them go, but when I wear my character shoes and work for my performing job, if they get too long, my feet really start to hurt. So I do tend to trim them in between like pedicures, and I went a little too short on my right foot. And so I'm trying to stretch it out like another week or two before I go to get a pedicure. And I really do think when I get my pedicure, I'm going to also get some really short acrylic nails and just see. Doing them at home myself, in some ways, I know going to get them done is like high maintenance, but the idea of like having to constantly touch them up myself too sounds a little daunting. So I'm going to just see if like maybe, I don't know, I'm just going to see how I do with some acrylics, and I don't know. It's an ongoing battle. So I'm a little lighter on this eye, on the inner part of the eye. I don't know why. Just a little uneven today. But you know me, I'm going to do some shimmer inside, so it should be okay. So these are the shimmers. The three on top are from the Beauty Intuition palette, and this one here is from the LA Colors palette. I think I'm going to save the lightest one in the Beauty Intuition palette for like the inner part of the eye. But I think I'm going to try to use all three in here. But I think I'm going to go into this one right here first and put that kind of the middle to the outer part of my eye, as I normally do. You know my style. I am going to spray my brush, of course, go into that medium shimmer. It's kind of the medium toned one. It's not the lightest, but it's not the darkest. And I'm going to go into that darkest shimmer. I do like to, you know, if you've been with me for a while, you do know I like to try to use as many colors in a palette as I can when I first try it. That's actually going on a lot lighter than I expected it to. Okay, so I just laid that color down. I'm going to go in more towards the inner with the next lightest shade, which will be this one right here. I may need to redarken the outside part just a tad. I'm going to put that a little bit more middle center. Then I'm going to go into the lightest shimmer here and put that on the innermost part of my eye. And then later on, when we come back to the eyes, I will figure out something for the inner corner. Put that right there on the innermost part. That one's actually in some ways like the most pinkish of the shimmers. I'm going to kind of blend that a bit. And I do think I'm going to go into that darkest shade right there and just go a little bit to the outer part and just create a little bit more depth right there. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to do for eyeshadow for right now. As always, we will come back to the eyes. So as I promised in my last testing new Dollar Tree makeup video, I'm going to go back to this Beauty Intuition mascara. It's either volumizing or lengthening. I cannot remember. But it's the first Beauty Intuition mascara that I've used. I've now used 3. And I'm going to try and see what 3 coats does with this, because I remember not really liking this very much. So I'm going to apply the first coat, and then I will be back for the second and the third. So now I'm going to apply a second coat. I'm going to do that on camera. And so while I'm doing that, I'll explain. So I do, when I test new products, I might only have, you know, 3, 4, 5 products sometimes. But I will test often, retest, like my newest product. Like if I have a foundation that I've already tested, I will try it again or something like that, just to see if my opinion changes the second time around and revisit it if I have to. Now, I do find a lot of times my first impression is pretty accurate, but every now and again my mind changes. Of course, like with the liquid blush from IONI, I have been using that brighter shade in work, using that new technique that I did in my last testing new Dollar Tree makeup. Changed the game. It just, sometimes it's technique, sometimes I need to learn how to use something a little bit better, and often I will use something for the first time on camera, but we'll play with it a little bit more and see, so sometimes my opinion can change. Okay, so I'm gonna let this coat dry and apply a new coat in just a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna apply my third coat and we're gonna see. So far, it's pretty good. I know some people really like this mascara. I think so far, I'm still liking the one in the pink tube the best. I will retry the curling mascara as well that I have from them. But so far, I think the one in the pink is better than this one. I did get a little bit up on my, like, lash line. But, yeah, I mean, it's just okay for me. Like, for me, my lashes and my needs. I think I still like the last one that I tested better from Beauty Intuition. And of course, at the end of the video, I'll share my full thoughts on the palettes and the newer products and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, I think I do like the one in the pink tube the best so far out of all the Beauty Intuition mascaras. So I'm going to apply like a bunch of products and then we're going to come back and I'm going to test out a new blush and I have a new lip product and we're going to finish off the eyes. So I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to apply blush, and this one is an LA Colors Tropical Bloom blush. I've tried one already. I've got another shade I need to try, but today I'm going to be trying this one. This is the shade Abloom. It's kind of a nice pink, and usually these blushes from LA Colors are wonderful. So I'm going to use this brush here from Sassy Chic, and if you saw a recent haul, you'll see that I hauled a couple more. I hadn't seen them since I bought this one. This is the only one. And I really, really like it. For $1.25, this is actually a really nice brush. And I'm going to go very sparingly because I know these are always very pigmented. This brush, I've used it for everything. Bronzer, blush, powder. It's just a great like multi-purpose face brush. And there we go. That's it. That's all I have to do with that. So I'm going to apply some highlighter off camera and I will come back and we will finish off the eyes and try out a new lip product. So now we're going to finish off the eyes. I'm going to go into the inner quarter with something. Probably here, this LA Colors Tropical Bloom palette, this light shade right here. This is in the Cruise Control palette. I'm just going to use a thin little brush. And I'm going to clean this brush. I can't remember what I used last time. Probably another light shade, but I'm going to have to wet the brush anyway, so might as well clean it off in the process. Pop some of this shadow on the inner corner. That is doing a very, very, very good job. Drag it up just a little bit. I'm really, really liking this look, you guys. I like that last shade of pink shimmer that I put on. It really gave it like a bright, shimmery pop of pink, if that makes any sense. Sometimes pinks, when they're shimmery, they can be a little bit like not vibrantly pink, but it's hard to get the vibrant pink shade and get it shimmery, I feel. And that palette did it. I'm going to pop just a little bit of that same shade onto my brow bone. I'm going to try not to go too crazy, just want a little. Because I've actually got the LA Colors Conceal and Correct in yellow that I use to clean up my brows, and that kind of really presents like a nice effect on the brow bone, at least for me. There we go, just a little something. So for my lower lash line, I'm gonna try this again on camera. This is the IONI PhatChubby stick, and this is like the highlight shade. I'm gonna put this on my my bottom like lash line. Again, I'm just wanting to kind of try this again and see. It's really not doing a whole lot. This product here in particular by IONI has been kind of a fail. It swatches good, but it does not really execute on the eyes, in my opinion. Like, I was hoping that would kind of brighten up the under eye, and I just don't really feel like it did like a whole lot, you know, so that's kind of a dud. I love their lip pencils, like their PhatChubby stick lip pencils, but this shade here for me is kind of like a dud. So now we're gonna finish off this look with, actually, I might blur out underneath my eyes a little bit. Since I'm trying things, I think I'm gonna go into one of these matte shades here. I may go into that shade there. I didn't use that one, but I think that might be a nice shade to kind of blend out under my eyes just a little bit, just to create a little bit of a softness. I may even go into that darker shade towards the outer part. I don't know that that shade really did a whole lot. I'm gonna go into this shade right here and go back in and see. That might just be a better like all over lid color versus like something for this purpose here. Oh yeah, see, that's doing something. That's a lot better. That's achieving what I need. Now I would say the eye look is complete. Of course, I'll share my thoughts on these products here in a little bit, but we're gonna use a lip product. I've used a different shade of this. I think I used more like a red shade. And I think I'll actually like this shade better. The one that I have, it's like a reddish shade. It's too light of a wash of color for me. But I think when it's pink or peach, I like it a little bit better. So this is the IONI Shea Butter Lipstick. This is in Pink Glow. And it's really cute because it has this little heart. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little heart shape there. So we're just going to pop this on. I'm not going to do lip liner or anything like that. And oh wow, that's actually really pretty pigmented. That's actually a whole lot more pigmented than I thought, but still it's kind of like a wash of color. And I think it's just a really nice, these are very moisturizing, very buttery. And yeah, I really like that shade. I think the pink was just a perfect complement to this look. Okay, so we're gonna run through some of the new products that I used and the newish products that I used. So first, the Beauty Intuition Soft Pinks palette. Really nice palette, performs as good as the neutral and the peach one. Of course, if you saw my video about the pastel one, it worked out a little bit differently, but I think that's really meant to be a little bit more like a one and done or like a companion palette. But this really, on its own, is a really nice standalone palette. I did go into this palette here for a slightly darker shade. Although this is the Tropical Bloom in Cruise Control. This shade here is not matte like it looks in the pan. It's actually a shimmer with a little bit of like a purple shift. So it's not quite as, wasn't quite, you can tell my eye look, it wasn't quite as brown as I intended, but I understand why. I ended up not going into the pink. I ended up going and using this shade here, which was really, really nice for an inner corner highlight. So, and of course there's the purple and the pink shade that I have not used yet, but nice quad. Not, you know, it's kind of a companion quad. It's got more shimmers and that kind of thing. So it's something that you would use with something else or do like a one and done type of thing. But yeah, this little palette here, they're hard to open, but really you can get like you can get a look using this whole palette. It's got some light shades. The mattes were pretty pigmented. The shimmers, as you can see, are very nice and shimmery. This shade here, I really love. That's that like bright pop of pink on the inner part, that shimmery. Really nice palette. Like I said, the pink, the peach, and the neutrals, really, really nice. For an 8-pan palette that costs $1.25, certainly much better than like the LA Colors 12-pan palettes. Really, really, really nice. No major complaints there. Then the blush, of course, with LA Colors blush, it's always very nice, very pigmented. I've gotten better at not doing too heavy a hand. I've already tried one that's like a peachy shade. I've got another one that's kind of like a darker peachy shade that we'll try soon. But always, always love their blushes. LA Colors always brings it with the blushes. And then the IONI Shea Butter Lipstick. This is the shade Pink Glow. I like it so much better than that more redder shade that I have, because when I use something that's red, I generally want a little something that's more like a red lipstick. Although there are looks that, especially here on my channel, that I will use that color for. I really like the pink. It's just a really nice wash of just like a kind of a cotton candy light pink. Really, really nice complement. So like I said, they have no real taste or smell, and they do feel really moisturizing on the lips and very just easy to apply. You just can just put it on. And then I kind of retested a couple products that I've tried in like a past testing Dollar Tree makeup. Mascara, even with the recoats, wasn't the best for me personally with my lashes. I so prefer the newest Beauty Intuition mascara that is in the pink tube, not the pink and black tube. I've seen one of those too. I do not have it, but I've seen them. The one that comes in just the complete pink tube that I used in my last testing new makeup. I will retry the green one, which is the curling one, and try it with the recoats. But this here is still kind of a dud for me. I mean, I will use it because it did give me a place, you know, it did give some oomph to my lashes so I could put my fake lashes on. Not the worst, but definitely not great. And then I retried the IONI PhatChubby stick. This is like in like that highlighter shade. I did it to kind of line under, you know, in my waterline. And it really just doesn't do a whole lot in my opinion. So many of IONI's products are really good. Like I said, this is one of the very few that is kind of a waste of $1.25 for me personally. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a few new Dollar Tree makeup products. Like I said, stuff from past hauls that I'm just now getting around to. Little by little, I do get to it. So it's always fun for me to try out new products. And like I said, I will have all the products that I use today down below in the description box so you can see what they are. And also too, like I said, there will be some related content that you can binge watch if you've been looking for content like this for a while. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.